Well, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to another live this morning. And we appreciate you guys coming on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the scroll this morning. I wasn't yesterday, and I hope I can. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's Facebook or it's me. I have no idea. So let me see if I can say hello to you guys. Nothing's coming up. No scroll. Not on my end anyway. Let me see if I go to this. Yep, I don't see a scroll, guys. It's funny because afterwards I can see your comments and let's see if I can turn this volume down here. Welcome to another live. Okay, there it is. Let me turn this volume down and see. Okay, I got to take this out. And there's Brahim. I see your name, Brahim, on my other device. But once I press on those comments, I can't see. Just you. Let me see if there's another way around it. Anyway, I'm not getting any scroll, guys, so I have no idea. I'm going to have to go back to using another device. Let me just see here. Hold on. Oh, I hate stuff that doesn't work. Okay, let me try this again and see if I can say hello. So far, nothing. Okay, so far, nothing. And nope. Hey, okay, guys. You know who you are. We love you dearly. I mean, what can I tell you? And my other device here, I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to have to go back to getting, it just drives me crazy. I don't know what happened. Can't see anything. And, okay. So we love you dearly. And again, you know who you are. Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're going to go through a few studies that I flagged. So we'll call it News Behind News or Health News Tuesday. Okay, these are new studies, and some of them are very interesting, okay? And let me just get to them here. And, okay. New study on eating at night. Okay. So you guys know this. Anybody that's been on the EMC, the reset, okay? Eggs, meat, and cheese. At least in the days of my office and the books that I've written about the metabolic reset, always emphasize practice intermittent fasting. Now, look, to be officially intermittent fasting, I don't know who made this up, but you got to go 14 hours. So if you stopped eating at 6 o'clock at night and you don't eat till 8 o'clock in the morning, according to my calculations, that's 14 hours. Okay? So that's something we emphasized all the time, okay? And the most important thing about breakfast, the most important thing, because they always said it was the most important meal of the day. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's the most important meal of the day if you eat the wrong food. There's nothing that will crash your metabolism than having a bad breakfast. A carb-loaded breakfast with orange juice. There's nothing that will sabotage your body like that. So you're better off not to have breakfast at all. I'm not saying not to have breakfast. I'm saying you're better off If you look at the world out there and they start their day with oatmeal or cereal or toast or whatever, you know what? They don't realize it. They've sabotaged their day. They got themselves into a metabolic mess to start the day. Sugar going way too high, insulin pouring in to get that sugar and store it. And they start the kids with it. No wonder there's so much ADD and ADHD and these kids with their brains on fire. And it's most of them start their day on the wrong foot because eggs have been vilified and sausages have been vilified and bacon has been vilified. And, you start your day with bacon and eggs or sausages and eggs and leave the toast behind. Yeah, you've set your body on the right course. You start your day with Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. You've set your day on the right course. Now back to the study. That was a little preamble to it. Because what they're saying is, organs, here's the headline. Organs can tell time. Organs, your organs, you don't see them, You don't see them. The only organ you can see is your skin. You can't see what's going on inside. But your organs can tell the time. Right? Now, I've talked to you about that because you have what we call a self-cleaning oven. And it should go on every night. Right? We know your brain, and it doesn't work unless you're sleeping. Your self-cleaning oven to get rid of all the debris in your brain. Remember, it's headquarters. And it only works if you're sleeping. And the other organs should be put in airplane mode. Have I told you that story before? I'm on a plane and I'm texting. And the stewardess says to me, hey, turn your phone off. I said, okay, I know, I'm bad. Okay. We were taxiing. She said, put your phone, turn it off. I said, okay. And she said, oh, by the way, you can put it in airplane mode. What? I'm a senior. I gave her my phone. I said, you do it, show me. And, she went into my settings and click, put it in airplane mode. And I said, okay, what does that do? She said, now you're getting no data. Okay. You're not getting any data. I get it. Okay. So just put it in airplane mode. And your body, your organs have a switch. Airplane mode. Your liver. And what this study is showing, especially at night, your pancreas, which releases insulin, it should be put in airplane mode. No data, nothing coming in. It's insulin, it was busy all day and it really wants to have a siesta and have a sleep. But when you eat late and look, and I understand, guys, I do. We live on the planet. And sometimes, and there's late people, they don't even think about dinner till it's past 6 o'clock. But they don't realize, like us seniors, we kind of laugh. As seniors, most of us like to eat early, But it's actually much better for you because and I've talked to you about this before, but, this airplane mode, the self-cleaning oven, because especially guys at night, your liver detoxes your body. The night shift comes into the liver and it cleans. And the rest of the body really is shut down. It's in airplane mode. It's not getting any data. It doesn't have to do anything. It's resting. You have a snack at night. Okay? You're watching Netflix. You're having a snack. And your body's, well, now it's out of airplane mode. And it's habits, guys. I used to tell people that in my weight loss clinic, okay, especially there, don't eat at night. Okay? Don't eat at night. Because if you're secreting insulin at night, it's a fat storing hormone. Don't eat at night. It was one of the biggest keys. Never mind your digestion. Never mind your bowel and your stomach and everything. If you leave it empty, put it in airplane mode, it recuperates, it regenerates. And they're showing organs can tell time, especially your pancreas. It actually changes when people are consistently eating at night. It makes them much more insulin resistant. And you know that, guys. I talk about insulin all the time. I mean, do you get tired of me talking about insulin? But I'm sorry. It's a major issue in our society today. And one way to help it is to don't eat at night. And then you find you'll sleep better. Your organs are not working overtime. Your liver can do the detox it needs to do. It's good for you. And, there's some people, they got severe hypo, not hyper, but hypoglycemia. And they find they got to have a little snack at night, like some protein or whatever before going to bed. Okay, but you're rare. You're rare. And, I talk in generalities. So for the, one out of, 10,000 people that got to have a little snack at night, the rest, man, and if you're a diabetic, sometimes, but, I talked to a guy yesterday that was diabetic and he's really disciplined. And the difference it's made in his life, I was encouraged by that. I said, well, thanks for telling me that. Well, he said, I listened, Doc. Okay. Anyway, during the day, your muscles are primed to absorb that glycogen. Your bins. But at night, they want to rest. They don't want to be taking in glycogen at night. But the biggest organ in this study is the pancreas. And the pancreas wants to be put into airplane mode at night. You eat, and the food industry is good, isn't it? I mean, you see them. I mean, they talk about snacking all the time. Snacking came from the food industry, right? What do you think, guys? What do you think? They want you to snack, of course. Where do you think all their profits are? Snacking. Anyway, what an interesting, organs tell the time. They have a watch on. Okay? They tell the time. And yeah, okay? So your brain is a little bit separate from that because you need to be sleeping for the brain to do it through the glymphatic system, its own detox mechanism. Man, oh man, you know, I should do a whole thing, what we didn't know in the 70s. What we didn't know. We didn't know that. I never learned anything about the glymphatic system in school. Never heard of it. I certainly studied the lymphatic system, but I didn't know the brain had its own detox center, the glymphatics. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything in the 70s about nitric oxide. We never heard of it. I never heard of that. Wasn't even discovered till after I was out of school. Guys, we're just scratching the surface. I listened to a biologist the other day, and he said, well, we know about 10% of how the body works. Like, we're learning stuff every day, right? And if you stop learning, that's why I'm into education. Okay? I want to educate. I want to educate myself, but first got to come in here. And then my job is to send it out to you folks. And this wide audience that we have of 99%, I'm sure, lay people. By the way, most doctors don't listen. They don't. They don't want to know. They don't want to know about nutrition. Unbelievable. They don't teach it in medical school, and they don't know anything. They wouldn't know if a protein slapped them across the face. And the only word they know is moderation. Anyway, you guys know more. You guys are smarter. Okay, so that's one. Excuse me. Okay, what was I? Okay, the second study. Did I mention this a little bit yesterday? It's a new study on curcumin. Somebody asked me, Dr. Martin, what is your protocol for cancer? Well, I was asked yesterday. That's what it was. It was part of our Q&A. What's your protocol? Well, one thing for sure, don't feed the bears. Don't feed. Cancer cells have antennas. Those deranged cells, okay, they have antennas. They want to be fed. We know that since 1928 in Otto Warburg, which won a Nobel Prize in medicine. The process of cancer cells and fermentation, and they need sugar, and they're searching, they're ravenous for fuel. And they don't want a steak. They don't want steak. Cancer cells see steak coming down the pipe, and they go, oh no. Susie's eating a steak. We're not going to get fed tonight. Cancer cells. Do they talk to each other? Probably. Oh no. That stupid Dr. Martin, he's talking about steak again. And eggs. And good dairy. Well, that don't feed us. What kind of a guy is he? I need to be fed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Feed me. So, this study is showing that curcumin, okay, which is the extract from turmeric, curcumin creates a condition that targets cancer cells. New study. Now, let me tell you about where this study is going to go. Nowhere. I can promise you. You won't see it in mainstream media. It won't be, oh, what a discovery. Won't be there. It'll be on this program, but it's not going to be on many. And because there's no money in it. You can't patent curcumin. You can't patent it. If you can't patent it, a pharmaceutical company is going to go, well, there's no money in it for us. We're not going to pour any money into research. You know what I mean? So curcumin, I add to the protocol. High DHA, like I told you guys yesterday in terms of the tumors, high DHA, well, there's not a lot of studies. There's a lot of studies on omega-3 and the importance of omega-3. I mean, there are thousands of studies. And somebody said, well, Dr. Martin, I read a study, or somebody sent me a study, omega-3, it's overrated. Well, yeah, but 99-1 studies show that it's underrated. Your body needs it. But they're showing high DHA in 14 days just obliterates tumors. Now, they need to follow up on that and do it. I don't know who's going to do it, but, did someone put the picture up yesterday on a private Facebook group of the tumors exploding, being destroyed? Because DHA becomes like a Trojan horse. They're looking for it. Okay? Cancer cells look for sugar. Tumors look for bad fat. So they see fat coming in. They don't know. It's a good fat. Cancer cells love junk. And I tell you, this is my opinion. Cancer cells will thrive on the bad oil. That industrial sludge, the so-called vegetable oils that are in all the foods in the middle aisles of your grocery store. And actually, you can see those bad oils in the grocery store. Go to the grocery store under oils. You'll see some good oils there, olive oil, if it's really olive oil and not mixed. Okay? Olive oil is good for you. Coconut oil, okay? If it's, filtered right, no chemicals, it's good for you. It's a good fat. Your body loves it. That's why I love bacon, because it has the same oil as olive oil. I'd rather have olive oil. I got no problem with olive oil. I love it. It's actually very good for you. It's biblical. But bacon, it's got oleic acid. It's good for you. Plus protein. Okay? Plus protein. Olive oil doesn't have no protein. But it's good for you. And cancer cells, they don't like that oil. They think they do because tumors, okay? Cancer cells become tumors, and they look for, they like to switch from sugar to oil, but the bad oils is what feeds them. Our so-called Canadian gift to the world, canola oil, is just rapeseed oil. It was industrial sludge, and they didn't know what to do with it. They said, well, why don't we put it in every kitchen in North America? How about we put it in every restaurant just about in North America, and we'll cook our fries in them. We'll cook the chicken nuggets in them, in the bad oil. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's peanut oil. No, that ain't good for you. Okay? That's not good for you. That oil? Fish oil. Well, that's good. I told somebody the other day, I have fish every day. I had it this morning. Every day I have fish in a capsule. Okay. You like fish? Good for you. I like fish in a capsule. And I like steak better. And when I say steak, guys, I mean ground beef too. You like lamb? Good for you. It's good for you. You like roast beef? Hallelujah. Okay? And the poor man's food is a hamburger. Enjoy. Just don't eat the bun. How's that? Okay. Curcumin, specifically, creates apoptosis, destruction of bad cells, destruction of cancer cells. Curcumin targets those guys. New study. Will it get spread in the news? Don't hold your breath. This is in PubMed. Okay, let me see. Do I have any more? And do we got time for one more? Oh, because we're on the oil, let's do this. This is a new study, okay, on these bad oils we're just talking about, okay? So the hateful eight, okay, canola, right? Rapeseed oils, which is canola, okay? And sunflower and safflower, and it all sounds wonderful. Sunflower, Dr. Martin. Yeah, the oil, toxic. Listen to this. Those oils, which are extremely high in omega-6, okay? You have different cars on the road, okay? Don't get confused by omega-3 and omega-6, okay? And then you have CLA, okay? Conjugated linoleic acid. Say that fast 3 times, okay? You got different cars on the road. You got Hondas, you got Kias, you got Chevrolets, you got Dodges. Well, you got different oils, okay? You got different oils. You have omega-3. You can get omega-3 from the plants, from seeds and nuts. But it's not bioavailable like fish oil is. Because that has the EPA and DHA. Those are Maseratis. Okay? They're good. The body loves them. You're much more bioavailable. They're nothing like DHA and EPA, and DHA being at the top of the food chain. The top. Why? And why do I say that with great confidence? Because your brain is made up of DHA. It's the most, hey, fathead, I just gave you a compliment. The fat in your brain is 60%. I know it sounds like wood in there, but I got a lot of fat in my head. And you know what Alzheimer's? Your brain shrinks. It becomes a prune. Not enough good oil. So you got a lot of cars on the road. And you got DHA and EPA only found in the animal kingdom. Okay? And then you have plants, omega-3, not as bioavailable, but they're, we can live with that. And then you have man-made oils. Well, you have CLA, which is dairy oil. Well, it's in the animal kingdom only, really. And dairy, this is why, guys, I don't want you to eliminate dairy. I want you to switch dairy. I'm big on dairy. I know that people, they come back and Dr. Matt and my doctor and my nutritionist and my naturopath and they don't want me having any dairy. I disagree. They don't want you to have butter? What's wrong with them? No butter? That's a good fat. It's got CLA. Conjugated linoleic acid. It's good for your brain. It's good for your heart. It's good for everything. Butter is good for you because it lubricates. You need a lube job. I just got my oil changed yesterday on my truck. It's the only place you want to put synthetic. The guy goes to me, what do you want in there? I said, well, what's the best for my engine? Okay? He said, well, fully synthetic. I said, yeah, and that ain't good for your body though. And he looked at me like I had 3 heads. What? I said, look, I don't want to get you confused. But you can put synthetic, which is like canola oil. Put it in my truck, but don't put it in my body because it creates a cascade. And listen to this study. All that preamble to tell you about the study. Industrial waste oils, okay, that's me putting that headline, okay? It, with healthy heart labels, you know what I always used to say? When you see a heart on the box, okay, that came from the American Heart Association or the Canadian Heart Association or whatever. When they put a label on the box, run, Forrest, run. Bad oils. They put a heart on the box. If you have this stuff, you're going to have a heart attack. And sure enough, okay, sure enough, it changes those oils change the function of the heart. They create a cascade of problems. And the organ that gets affected the most is the heart, according to the new study. Why don't they listen? Butter, not margarine. Clogs your arteries. It clogs. Cholesterol clogs. No, it don't. No, it don't. Anyway, I'm not holding my breath for changes to occur. I aim at my audience. You aim at your audience. They might not listen, right? They might not listen, but they might. Okay? It's amazing. I found over the years, I've been in the radio industry a long time, and a lot of people started taking control of their own health. And when it came to food, they didn't rely on the world. They didn't rely on dietitians. They didn't rely on physicians. They relied on their, common sense and going, you know what? I know they say steak is no good for you, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. They told me to limit my eggs, and that don't make any sense at all when you think of all the nutrients in an egg. And you know what? I don't buy it. That's what I'm aiming at. I want you to think. Why do you think Latin was the the language of medicine? Confusion. Big words. You're not a doctor. What are you doing? Asking me questions. Me, doctor. Don't ask questions. I used to tell my patients, bring a notepad. Ask every question. You got my time. I'm looking at you in the eyeballs. Ask questions. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Guys, I don't know. I'm going to have to get another device again, like this one here. My phone is attached to my iPad, and I can't see anything. I don't see the scroll. I don't know why. I had it for, 4 or 5 days? It was so beautiful. I said, oh, I love it. Because I want to say hello. But guys, you know who you are. We love you. Okay? We do. And 10 minutes. Look. Did you get your book yet? Rebuild Your Temple. It's so good. Well, I'm tooting my own horn here. Junior and I, okay? Rebuild Your Temple. You'll love that book, I'm telling you. You really will. Getting rave reviews. Just out, okay? Just brand new. Okay, guys. What's Friday? Q&A. Q&A. What's that mean? Send your questions in. I know on the scroll, like if I go on afterwards and I can see the scroll, people say, well, Dr. Martin, what about this? Guys, I'm not even seeing the scroll. If I see it afterwards and there's 20, I can't answer them. The best, sometimes my own audience will answer the question. But the best way to get it, and to get it in on Friday and sometimes Mondays, is info@martinclinic.com. Send it in and we'll deal with your question. Okay? We love questions. We love to be questioned. Okay? Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.